Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Mandy. Welcome to my live Facebook video. It is Monday night, January 2nd, the first Monday of 2017. So happy 2017. Happy New Year. I'm going to give everyone a little bit of time to jump on. I'm excited about tonight. We're going to talk about how to make your health a priority in the year of 2017. Awesome, guys. Once you jump on, do me a favor and comment below and say hi. And let me know where you're tuning in from. And happy New Year to everybody. And thank you so much for being on the live Facebook video. Hey, Amy, what's up, sister? How are you? Hey, what's up, Lawrence? Happy New Year to you guys. Hey, Liz, how are you, beauty? Everyone feel my love and appreciation for you. I'm super excited to share this info with you guys. We're going to talk about how to make your health a priority in 2017. As you know, I'm super passionate about supporting others in living a holistic lifestyle, taking care of your health, taking time for yourself, self-love, self-empowerment, self-awareness, and I could go on and on and on. Hey, Alicia Daniels, how are you? What's up, Kim? Hey, Mary Simon. Hey, Jessica. When you jump on, guys, do me a favor, comment below and say hi and tell me what's going on. How are you feeling? Hey, Tracy, how are you? Hey, Cheryl, thanks for joining, sister. How are you? What's up, Amy? Hey, guys, y'all are just getting me all excited here. I love seeing everybody on the live Facebook video. As you can tell, I have a little bit of phlegm and stuff going on. I actually have my health returning. I've been investing a lot of time and energy into my business and my new website and everything. So I haven't gotten all of the rest and sleep that I require, and it kind of caught up with me a little bit, but I'm feeling great nonetheless. I just may sound a little bit stopped up. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hey, ladies, how are you? Thank you so much. So happy 2017, everyone. How is everyone feeling today? And obviously, if you have any questions or comments, you can go ahead and post them now. And if you choose and it resonates with you, then just do me a favor and share this live video to your news feed so that everyone on your news feed can actually get in on this love, right? The love, the truth bombs, the health bombs, everything that I choose to share with you guys. Hey, Crystal, how are you, sister? So yeah, do me a favor, share the video to your timeline. Also, make sure that you're signed up for my live notifications so that when I go live, you will be able to see that and you can jump on and you can tell me what's up. And then if you're catching the live video or if you're catching the replay, either one, you know, anytime you comment on the video or you have any questions for me, I will see that and I can get back with you. And you can also, too, feel free to send me a private Facebook message as well. So once again, feel my love and appreciation for you for taking out time of your life. Feel my gratitude and appreciation that you're here with me now live or potentially just watching the replay later on. So my name is Mandy Fonville. I'm a holistic lifestyle fitness and nutrition coach, super passionate to support others in transforming their life. I cannot emphasize that enough. You know, anytime that we require or, you know, desire to make changes in our lives and transform our lives, you know, I would just say that support is a good thing. I actually have my own group of coaches that support me, and then obviously I'm a coach and I support others as well. So a little bit about me is that I actually took antidepressants for 16 years, from the age of 16 to age 32, and I'm actually 36 years young now. So it's been about 4.5 years that I've been off of antidepressants. And antidepressants are drugs. You know, they may come in a prescription bottle, but they're still drugs. They're toxic, they're drugs, and they're toxic for your body. So that actually goes with any medication. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. So due to all of that, as well as some other things, digestive challenges, shoddy thinking, just life, right? Things that I experience have caused me to become passionate about sharing the good news with others, because I obviously weaned off of the antidepressants. I turned everything around. I healed my gut. You know, I learned how to eat properly, the things that fuel my body. And obviously too, the thoughts have a lot to do with it. So consciousness is king, and consciousness will always rule over everything, guys. And we are pure consciousness. It's just about unlearning and unpracticing those things that keep us stuck and keep us blocked from being pure consciousness. So that is what I'm most passionate about. And it really is simple. And the thing is it's so simple that sometimes it can be difficult because we forget, you know, we're distracted by different things that we have going on in life, or potentially, you know, you have an event that happened to you 5 years ago and you're still running full throttle on that emotional scale based on something that happened to you 5 years ago. I mean, seriously, like I actually listened to a YouTube video last night before I went to sleep, and It was really phenomenal. And when he was talking about some of these things, it really stuck out to me, because he said, if you had something happen in your life, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I mean, some people have been running on whatever type of emotional scale for however many years. And then all of a sudden one day, sometimes like a crisis or something will occur, and they'll realize, you know what, I'm tired of hating that person. I'm tired of harboring the unforgiveness. I'm tired of feeling, the things that I'm feeling, whether it's guilt and shame or anger, all those very low vibrational frequency emotions. And they make the decision that they're done, and they choose to let that shit go. And you see that I post that a lot because it's so true. And honestly, one second. Goodness. I told you guys I wasn't joking. I'm okay. So, woo! Wow, I apologize. So, woo! Okay, I'm gonna try that again. Sorry guys, I apologize. We require getting clear with ourselves. We require figuring out whatever it is that we're choosing to create in order to move forward, right? So, chances are, if you have things going on in your life, it may have something to do with the fact that you are operating on a certain frequency emotionally. And if you're just tuning in, I just got done hacking up a lung. So forgive me. Once again, I pulled like an all-nighter, and then for several nights in a row, I only got like 5 hours of sleep. So I kind of overdid it a little bit with my schedule and not getting enough sleep, but I definitely stayed on track. I stayed on track with my nutrition. I obviously have not drank alcohol. It's almost been one whole full year, January the 10th. So what it boils down to is that I didn't get enough rest, and I was investing a lot of energy into building my new website and supporting my clients, etc., that I kind of ran myself ragged. So I required a little bit of additional sleep and some of my natural remedies that I've talked about to support you guys with. And I'm getting back on track. So, hey, Erica. Hey, Diane. Hey, Priscilla. Yeah, this isn't really allergies. This is just me have kind of worn myself out. So, yeah, those natural remedies are fantastic, and they really will support you. As you guys heard in that video that I recorded, that was me actually preparing a lot of that stuff for my mom as well. So a way to heal your allergies is obviously to heal your gut. And once you heal your gut lining, that's a part of it. And then, of course, the lifestyle and everything else. So that's crucial. And like I said, me is just a result of not getting enough rest and just wearing myself down. Physically, mentally, and emotionally is a big one. So also, too, in terms of consciousness, the phlegm and all the stuff that's coming out, and the coughing and the stopped up nose and the drainage and consciousness, that's your inspiration. That's your I can and your I will returning. So remember that, ladies. Consciousness is king. If we don't agree with it, then it can't exist, right? So instead of it being allergies or even me saying it's because I didn't get enough sleep, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. In terms of consciousness, what it really boils down to is I can and I will. So it's a beautiful thing. So I can celebrate all of it and just be like, yeah, and allow it and let it all come out. So, hey, Brittany. Hey, Diane Kaiser. Thanks for tuning in, beauties. Hey, Carissa. Thank you so much for jumping on. So anyway, what I was saying a second ago was that typically if someone is functioning at a certain plane in terms of their emotional vibrational frequency, that is what they're going to attract into their life. And like I said, it could have been something that happened 10 years ago. It could have been something that just happened 2 years ago. But if you have something going on and you're harboring a lot of anger and resentment and shame and guilt and all that kind of stuff, let that shit go. You're not going to be able to move forward in your life until you let those things go. And believe me, I have my own situations and my own things that I could sit here and express about things that I've been through in my life and how I required letting those things go to transform and be who I am now. And believe me, I mean, it's still a work in progress, right? It's almost like moment to moment to moment. We get to actually consciously choose our thoughts and what we're choosing to create in our life. But I can promise you, if you're harboring things like guilt, shame, anger, and unforgiveness and stuff like that, that's very low vibrational frequency. So chances are, if you're choosing to make your health a priority in 2017, you require getting really clear with what that is that you have going on and what's potentially functioning in your subconscious mind that's causing you to continue to harbor this harbor this for one, but then also be vibrating on that vibrational frequency that's causing you to attract those same things that are on that same plane, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, give me some thumbs up and some hearts, because I'm going to take a sip of water. Goodness. I should have known this might happen a little bit. Hey, what's up, Tatiana? Thanks for tuning in, sister. So, anyhow, if you're just tuning in, Film 11 appreciation for you. I just finished coughing because I have my health returning. I actually pulled quite a bit of all-nighters and very little sleep. Thank you so much, Brittany. I appreciate the love. So, it's all gravy because I'm here now, and this is what I'm super passionate about. This is what I love to do. So, this video is to talk about how to make your health a priority, and once again, I'm going to emphasize the fact that the mindset is crucial, right? We all know, like, oh, I have this goal and I'm motivated and my mind is strong and I'm whatever. That's all great, but that's also very surface stuff. I'm just going to be honest. That's very surface stuff. And chances are, if you, every new year, you have like a same resolution list, and weight loss or getting healthy is one of them, and you maybe do it hardcore for like 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, and then you fall off the wagon, chances are you got something functioning in there in your subconscious mind that's causing you to self-destruct and self-sabotage based on a belief system that is laid on a foundation of a false premise. What that means is somehow or another, you may have had an experience in your past, something happened, you related an emotion to that experience, now you may be functioning in that emotion, or if anything similar to that triggers you, then you may start functioning with that emotion as well. So what we require really is to just get clear, let all that shit go, seriously, with the poop emoji, because that's my favorite, but let it all go, and honestly, guys, love it and let it be okay, and we get to understand that it's all for our greatest good and for our greatest expansion, okay? So I've shared this many times. It's a part of my story. 16 years on antidepressants. Obviously, those are toxic drugs any way that you look at it, even though they were in a prescription bottle. I grew up in a household where my stepdad was a very angry man. He was physically abusive, and I grew up, you know, like I said, at age 16, I had depression. My mom didn't know any better. She did the best she could, took me to the doctor. The doctor put me on antidepressants, and I took them, thinking that was the answer to everything. I had no clue. So, you know, we all have our stories. We all have our situations. You know, that's just a little tip of the iceberg for the things that I've been through in my life. But if you focus on your past, which obviously you don't drive your car looking in the rearview mirror, but if you are focusing on your past, and if everything has to do with what's happened in your past, and that's how you're still operating right now, no matter where you're at in your life, you're never going to be able to move forward. I don't care what coach you have, how much money you invested in the program, how amazing your personal trainer is, how motivated you are, you know, any of that stuff. You may have the most amazing things, but if you are not set up for success in your mindset, then chances are you're not going to be able to fulfill that no matter what. Because you will always make excuses. You will always find a way to self-sabotage and self-destruct. That's just how it works as human beings. So like I was saying a second ago before I was coughing so much. Hey, Linda, thank you so much for tuning in, sister. Thank you so much, Amy. What's up, Michael Holt? Thank you for tuning in. What's up, Raina? Dang, everybody's on tonight. What's up, you guys? Film 11 appreciation. I'm happy to connect with you guys and serve. So I was talking about earlier about a YouTube video that I watched last night, and he talked about that. And he says, you know, are you still operating out of something that happened to you 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or maybe just when you were a little kid? Like, we require getting really clear on those things. Like, why do we continue to self-destruct or self-sabotage when it comes to something specific? I know some people that they're always trying to lose weight. I mean, anytime I talk to them, see them, or they contact me, like that's their goal. They're always trying to do it. Or they get on a program, or they start a program, or they get a trainer, but somehow or another they self-destruct or they self-sabotage. And what I do as a consciousness coach, of course, you know, this is like my number one thing that I'm the most passionate about, because this is actually how I changed my life. If you guys saw my post earlier, I talked about how I haven't drank alcohol for almost 1 whole year. So January 10th, which is coming up, like 8 days from now, will be 1 whole year that I have not put a drop of alcohol in my body, because I made the decision and the commitment that I was going to make my health a priority. And I got real with myself. I literally like talked to myself. I was like, look, if you choose to heal your body and make your health your priority, you can't be having alcohol. Like, it's toxic no matter whatever way you look at it. Alcohol's a toxin. I don't care if it is organic wine, guys, and sulfate free. It's still a toxin and it's still acidic, okay? So I got real, and you guys do whatever works best for you. There's no judgment here. You do what works best for you. But this is what worked for me. I got clear with myself and I said, you're not going to continue to drink alcohol if you're choosing to make your health a priority. And so I made that decision, but I didn't just say that loosely and be like, oh, I think I'll do it. And maybe in a couple weeks, like if I change my mind and I go out and I go eat somewhere and I decide to have a margarita, or if someone asks me if I want to go do something, I go and I end up having a drink, then who cares? Screw it. I'll pretend like I never told myself that. No, I got real clear and real with myself. I got to a point where I made the decision, but I didn't just talk about it. I made the vibrational energetic shift as well. And that can be a very, very beautiful thing. So what that means is that when you make a commitment, you make a choice to make a change, and you make the decision energetically, vibrationally, emotionally, and everything. You get yourself into that feeling place of, okay, now that I have given up alcohol for 1 full year, how is my life different now? So I just started picturing all the things that I would be able to accomplish by giving up alcohol. And this is me personally, okay? Because I started seeing that I was, self-sabotaging or self-destructing with my health. And then obviously I'd go out and drink. I'd feel like shit the next day. I wouldn't feel like getting things done, or maybe I'd fall off the wagon on my workouts, whatever it looks like for you, okay? I'm just telling you what happens for me, or what happened to me in the past. So I started looking at it and I said, you know what, if I gave up alcohol, I'd be way more productive. I'd have much clearer thinking. I would be proud of myself, because that's something that sometimes when I'm going through things, I'll feel like maybe I'll just go have a drink instead, or whatever, whatever it looks like for you. But I realized that once I did that, what was going to be the reward? So one of the things that I choose to share with you today is to write down your goals. Get yourself a journal, a notebook, a piece of paper, a whiteboard, whatever you have, but write down your goals and get clear on those goals. Like, what are they? Like, get realistic about what they are, and then put yourself into that feeling place that you've already accomplished that goal. Because honestly, the goal is that the goal of the goal. Okay, but I'm telling you, it's so simple that it's difficult. But what we require doing to shift and to make a change is to actually put yourself in the feeling place of already achieving it. So maybe you just choose to lose like 3 dress sizes. So now that you've lost 3 dress sizes, what is new and different for you? Ask yourself that question. Take out right now a pen and piece of paper if you can. Write some of this stuff down, or go back and watch this video later. But these are some things that you get to ask yourself. Now that you've completed this goal, what is new and different for you? And I promise you that once you put yourself into that feeling place of what's new and different now that you've achieved the goal, you're going to feel so good that you're actually going to make a shift vibrationally. Because of the fact that you're changing your thinking, you're going to actually change the way that your brain is operating. And we can actually change the way that our brain operates. So your mind is actually your brain in action. And the more that you start changing your thoughts into being positive, optimistic thoughts and leading you towards your goals, the more that you're going to start rewiring and changing the way that your brain operates. So therefore, you're changing your mind, and you're changing what you're emitting vibrationally, and therefore you're going to change your results. You're going to change what you attract into your life, and you're going to be able to keep yourself on that path of the straight and narrow. So as I posted earlier, I was talking about giving up alcohol for almost 1 full year, January 10th, as well as my experience in Florida. I totally created and manifested that whole just amazing experience that I just had in Florida for 3 months. So I basically focused on it. I mean, this was like over a 3 or 4 month period that I got really clear that I was choosing to move to Florida, that I was choosing to live near the beach. I was choosing to, have a place that was already fully furnished. Like, I had this whole list of things. And if any of you ladies, obviously a lot of you are in here that are in my emotional detox challenge, but you guys have heard about this, where I talked about how literally down to like the word that the Craigslist post, and I shared it with you. I also shared it here on my personal page, but I shared the Craigslist post that showed almost word for word like everything I was actually looking for when I was talking about my experience in Florida. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that if I can do it, then you can do it, because I don't have any more power than you have. We all have the same ability and the same power to change our life. Boom, period, end of story. It is possible, and it is already done. We just get to commit to doing it. We get to commit to the work that it takes to do it. And like I said, it's almost so simple that it's difficult, because most of the time people, they do all these other things for their physical body, but they don't do the stuff that they require doing for their mental self, for their mental power, for the strength of their mind. And that's actually how we create change. So if you're just working on the surface level and the physical level, chances are you may start off full steam ahead and you may be doing really, really well for a while, but then potentially you'll fall off. Like I just said, how did I give up alcohol for almost a year when I was at least probably having alcohol once a week, if not every other week? And I don't mean like I was like some sloppy drunk or anything. It's just I like to drink margaritas, so I'd go out and I'd have some drinks. So, but then I realized like it's sabotaging, and it's something that I choose to give up, and that's what I did. So you know, I mean, even for me, I'm like, wow, I can't believe it's almost been a year. I mean, granted, I did fitness competitions in the past where you were required to give up, you know, everything, including, you know, fruit and obviously no alcohol for like 3 months at a time. And I did that many times where I trained for shows. But like at that point, like my commitment level was only because I was choosing to win my show and come in with my best, you know, package for the show, to do my best at the show, etc. But for the fact that I just recently, you know, not recently, I guess almost a year ago, made that decision that I was going to stop drinking alcohol, and the fact that I've been able to do it, like a couple months after that, or maybe 3 or 4 months, I started thinking like, dang, I can't believe I really stuck to it. Like I almost kind of surprised myself. And I was like, what did I do different this time of how I made this decision and I stuck with it? And I realized it was the fact that I made the shift in my vibrational, emotional body. Like I made the shift energetically is what I'm trying to say. So, what we require doing is for one, write down your goals, be realistic, get really clear on your goals and whatever it is you're choosing to create. And then once you do that, put yourself into that feeling place that now you've already achieved those goals. Okay. Give me some thumbs up and some hearts if you've ever done anything like this before, or if you're aware of what I'm trying to refer to, because I'm really trying to make it simple and easy so that you guys will understand what I'm saying. It's almost like when you create a vision board and you have a vision board up on your wall and you look over at the vision board and you see all the things up on the vision board. You know, maybe you desire to have, you know, a mansion over the beach, a Mercedes Benz, blah, 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 whatever it looks like for you. So it's similar to a vision board, and it's also things that you're going to do in your mind with images and visualization, because our mind, or our brain, let's just say our brain, actually sees things in visions and in images. So the more that you can see yourself however you choose to become, so if that's fit and lean, happy with your divine partner, successful, prosperous in your business, driving a brand new car, whatever those things look like for you, we require putting in that effort and that work of visualizing those things and then changing the way that we feel about it. Because I promise you that if you're stuck in whatever little, let's just say if you're stuck at the level that you are right now and you're basing everything on the way things are right now, then you're just going to get more of the things that you have going on right now. Does that make sense? So the more that you stay in that same vibrational plane, energetically, etc., the more that you're going to continue to stay there, and the more that you're going to continue to affirm it by creating things, self-sabotaging, self-destructing, attracting people and situations into your life, etc. So we require getting really clear on those things and making that shift. Okay. The second thing would be get out a calendar and schedule your workouts, whatever it is you're choosing to do. But having a calendar is a great way to do it. So I think on your phone, or for me, for example, having it on my phone is ideal because I do everything with my phone. My phone is right here with me. But if you schedule it in your calendar, potentially on your phone, or maybe you actually get like a notebook that you open up and you write in. So schedule your workouts. Also schedule time for yourself, guys, because we require a balance. So schedule time for yourself to like get a massage, maybe to take, an Epsom salt bath, maybe just to go take a walk, maybe to go to the park and just sit under the trees and relax, maybe to get a pedicure, maybe to get a manicure, whatever that looks like for you. But we require, honestly, taking care of ourselves in that way and giving to ourselves in that way just as much as we go off and do the other part of it with the physicalness, with the workouts, etc. So, hey, Tiffany, thanks for tuning in, sister. So, that would be the second thing, is to get a calendar, because when you have something written down on your calendar, chances are you're going to make it happen, and whatever works best for you. I personally like to get up in the mornings, get my workout done, get things going in the morning, and that way it's over with, and then I can focus more on what I'm choosing to create for the rest of the day. But see what works for you. Some people prefer to work out at lunch or work out in the afternoon. I don't recommend working out late at night. It's not good for our circadian rhythms. Even when people tell me like, oh, I've always worked out late at night and I sleep great, I'm real tired when I get done working out. No, on an energetic level, in terms of the energetic meridians in our body and the way that everything works and functions with the glands, et cetera, because I could go on about that all day. Just trust me that it's better for us to work out in the mornings. And actually, according to traditional Chinese medicine, it's best for us to work out at 10 a.m. But I know that's not always doable for everybody. But in the mornings is best, lunchtime or so, and then maybe even after work. But it really should be like between 10 and 3, if you can get it in there between 10 and 3. Hey, Monica, thanks so much. What's up, girl? Hey, Happy New Year to you, sister. Happy new life year. Yeah, I love that. Coffee first. You know what? Honestly, I don't recommend caffeine. And if you've ever done any of my programs, which I'm not recognizing your name, Renee Susie Hernandez, thank you so much for tuning in, by the way, but I don't recommend caffeine. Yeah, and there's a whole lot of reasons for that, mainly because our adrenals are already overstimulated just because of the world that we live in nowadays. And the adrenal glands are responsible for so many functions in the body, especially balancing out our hormones. And when people wake up first thing in the morning on an empty stomach and chug that coffee, that is recipe for disaster. So I don't recommend any caffeine at all. So I trust that answers your question. Yeah, girl, we're still live. Can you hear me, Michelle Baxter? Yeah, what I do recommend, if you look on my page, though, is a morning tonic with like apple cider vinegar, lemon, lime, warm water. If you scroll on my page, also my public figure page, my trainer, Mandy Fonville, there's a ton of videos on there. There's actually a video on there, too, of the morning tonic, but there's a lot of videos and information on there that can support you as well. Monica says, is it better to work on an empty stomach or eat fruit or something else first? You know what? It just depends. Everybody's different. If you do not have any challenges with hypoglycemia and you can wake up and you can get your workout in and not feel lightheaded, dizzy, shaky, or nauseous, then by all means go ahead and do your workout on an empty stomach. But that is not the average for most people. I'm going to be real with you. So do not push yourself to do it on an empty stomach, because you are actually harming yourself if you're not able to do that. Everybody is different, but where we are nowadays with our level of toxicity, deficiencies, a lot of people suffer from hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia means that your blood sugar level falls. So typically, I would say 9 out of 10 people require having something before they do the workout, and give yourself about 45 minutes to an hour after you've had either a smoothie or whatever you're choosing to have for breakfast. Have about 45 minutes, maybe, or an hour, and then do your workout. Okay, Monica? Because like I said, most people are just not able to do that. They try because they think it's the best way to do it, and they go to the gym, they work out on an empty stomach, and they either end up lightheaded, dizzy, nauseous, sick, or throwing up, or whatever's going on. So do not do that unless you know for sure you can handle it and you're there, right? There's something called intermittent fasting, which I believe is great. I do a lot of it myself, but we require working up to that level. It's not something that someone who's coming from a standard American diet, eating a ton of refined processed foods, carbohydrate, not that carbohydrates are bad, but, bad carbs, let's just say, or processed, packaged, devitalized, devoid of nutrition foods, right? Frankenfoods, fake food, because it's not really food. But most people are coming from that lifestyle, and then they choose to turn into, especially New Year's resolutioners, to turn to this new healthy lifestyle for the beginning of the year, and potentially they cause more harm than good. So just be careful on that one. Amy, don't change because the New Year's here. Change your own personal growth. Yes, I completely agree, Amy. I appreciate you. Danielle says, if you get a chance, I humbly submit a request for a video on energetic meridians and the vibrations you talk about. Absolutely, Danielle. I love this more than anything, actually. I love the consciousness piece of it and the energetic piece more than anything. Monica, got it. Empty stomach doesn't work for me, but wanted to ask. Yeah, exactly. So the fact that it doesn't work for you is because your body's telling you, like, nope, no bueno. So always remember, guys, to listen to your body. Like, do what resonates with you. Just because somebody else is saying that's what works for them and that's what they recommend, it's not always the best thing for you. We are all biochemically different. So we require, really just being careful with whatever it is we're trying to do, especially if you're trying to make a switch and you're going all the way from like 0 to 100. Like, sometimes that's not the best thing. And one of the next things I was going to bring up too is start where you're at with what you have, right? Maybe you don't have a gym membership. Maybe you don't have any equipment at your house. Who knows what the situation is, but just start where you are with exactly what you have. Everybody can go outside the front door and take a walk around the neighborhood, right? So, just like love yourself enough to just be content and be happy with where you're at right now, and then strive to make changes in the direction of your goals. That's how I can put it to you the most simplest way. And at the same time, just be aware that you are a limitless, being, and you have unlimited potential, and that whatever your goals are, whether they seem realistic or not, that you can attain them, because it's all about your mindset and whatever it is you're choosing to create for yourself. You might have someone else say like, oh, there's no way this, or there's no way that. Like, don't listen to what somebody else has to say. You know what it is that you get to create. And we require to put in the time with our mindset. Just like we wake up every morning and we brush our teeth and we get dressed, and potentially people are making time for their physical body to go work out or whatever it is they're choosing to do. But people forget one of the most important, most critical pieces, that consciousness is king and that we require getting that mindset strong. So like I said a second ago, with the visualization and the images and all, that's key. That's why vision boards are great. Writing your goals down, reading your goals out loud, reading your goals and recording them. There's apps, like free apps, where you can record stuff. Read your goals out loud, record them on an app, play them back to yourself in headphones, like at night before you go to sleep, as your own, type of subliminal messaging or meditation. This is how we actually reinforce whatever it is we're choosing to create. And you guys, this is not foo-foo. This is what I do. This is how I've changed my life. I can sit here and say all this stuff with 100% certainty, because this is exactly what I've done. And this is what I see is very effective, and it works. It's a beautiful thing. Yes, Tiffany, that's awesome. Manifestation board. So, Number 3 is going to be accountability, right? So maybe you desire to sign up and have a coach. Maybe you're going to get a partner, like a workout partner. Maybe you're going to join a program, but do something to give yourself some accountability. Because if you have, this idea that you're going to work out, let's say 3 days a week, and then, say you're going to do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Friday rolls around and you've had a really long week, and maybe you had a stressful day at work and you're just ready for the weekend, and then so you're like, I don't really feel like going. Well, chances are you probably won't end up going, right? So get someone to hold you accountable instead of it just being yourself. So, whether you're going to get a workout partner, you're going to, join some program, you're going to join a studio, whatever it is. But accountability obviously is key, because that's what's going to keep you on track. Whenever you don't really feel like it, that's what's going to keep you on track and keep you moving forward. Hey, Jess Wolf. Hey, Lindsay. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Okay, so number 4, make it fun. Make it fun and easy. So maybe you don't really like to lift weights. Maybe you don't really like to do Zumba. Maybe you don't really like to do yoga, but figure out what it is that you really do like to do, because if you do something that you enjoy, chances are that you're going to stick to it. For one, you're going to stick to it, but for 2, you're going to actually enjoy it and you're going to have a good time while you're doing it. And that's what we're meant to experience in this lifetime, is joy. So why be doing something that you're completely miserable about, right? So why go and lift weights and work out at the gym if that's not really what is, the most inspiring, exciting, fun, joyful thing for you? So figure out what resonates with you and, just start putting it into your schedule, some physical activity. But honestly, just make it fun, okay? Choose to make it fun and easy. And then number 5 is, I've talked about this a lot, but this is important in terms of health, is that we get to eat real whole food and drink a lot of water. So make a commitment to eating real whole food. And if you have a bunch of crap in your house, go clean out your kitchen. Like, go in there, clean out your pantries, clean out your refrigerator. Most of the stuff that you're eating should be stuff that's out on the counter. It should be fruits and vegetables. It should be stuff that can go bad. That's actual real food, not stuff that's sitting on a shelf that can sit there for 3 months until someone goes and buys it. I actually posted a meme about that, I guess it was last week sometime, a picture of like an aisle that was full of like processed foods. It was like chips and all kinds of stuff. And it says, should we really be eating food that mold wouldn't even eat? I mean, that is so true. If you think about processed packaged foods, it has all the preservatives, the artificial colors, all the nasty chemicals, and it's sitting there on the shelf for someone to come buy it. So if it wouldn't even rot or go bad and mold wouldn't even eat it, then chances are that's not necessarily food for you, right? So think about the stuff that you're putting into your body. Real whole food. Go back to like your great grandma's days or your great great grandma's days. Like, go back to like the stuff that they used to eat. That's real stuff. That's actually how we're required to live our life nowadays. So, whatever it is that resonates with you, as far as if it's like meat, fish, fruits, vegetables, but I highly recommend the fruits and vegetables for sure. So clean out your pantry, clean out your refrigerator, make a shopping list, go to the grocery store. I'm sure you guys have heard, like, stay on the perimeters of the grocery store, like the outsides of the grocery stores where you're shopping, and just get yourself set up for success. Because if you have the stuff there in your kitchen and you're having a bad moment or a weak moment, chances are you may self-sabotage by, it's not a big deal. I'm just going to go ahead and eat these chips or eat these cookies. And chances are, too, once you fall off the wagon, you do something like that, you're going to then feel guilt and shame and then continue to self-sabotage and kind of just down the rabbit hole you go, because that's typically what happens. And I want to insert this as well. If you potentially do fall off the wagon and make a slip up, let it be okay. Give yourself permission to forgive yourself and recommit to your health. So write this down. The affirmation would be, I give myself permission to forgive myself and I recommit to my health. So the reason that you're going to say these things is because we actually, in our subconscious mind, we function from like a, 3, 5 to 7 years of age. Okay. So we're really just like grown-up kids, if you didn't know. Give me some hearts and thumbs up if you're a grown-up kid. I'm being sarcastic. But what I'm trying to say is that we require giving ourselves permission to forgive ourselves so that our emotional body will get over it and that we won't be harboring, the feelings of guilt, anger, and shame, etc. Because when we do that, that actually causes more of a domino effect, and then we continue to do it over and over again. So give me some likes and thumbs up, because I've done this too. If you've ever been in the situation where you've cheated on your diet, or let's just say you fell off the wagon a little bit. I don't really like the word cheated, but let's just say you fell off the wagon and you had something that wasn't typically in your meal plan, and then you're just like, screw it, and then you kind of just go ahead and do it for 3 or 4 or 5 more meals, or however long you choose to do it, because you've already kind of fallen off the wagon. Well, unfortunately, that's what a lot of people do. It's called the deprivation cycle. So they go really hardcore, usually like Monday through Friday. They're really hardcore, maybe with their workouts and their nutrition. And then they fall off the wagon because they choose to go out or something over the weekend. And they're like, oh, screw it. So then they binge like all weekend long. They don't work out. They feel like crap. And then Monday rolls around and they're like, okay, cool. I'm committed again. I'm going to go at this again. And so then they're all back to their workout routine and they're back to eating healthy, etc. But like I said, if you're still carrying around like the guilt and the shame from falling off the wagon, chances are you're going to keep creating that over and over and over again like a little cycle. So we require just getting clear and saying, oh, oops, you know what? Oops, I messed up. Oops, my bad, and let it be okay. Because truth is, there really is no right or wrong, and everything is meant for our greatest expansion. So you would just say, I give myself permission to forgive myself and I recommit to my health. And you say that with meaning, and you mean it, and you allow it, and you let it be okay. You take some breaths, breathe in some of that good oxygen and get it in there, and then let it go, and then get back on track. It's really easy to do. And then let's see. Oh yeah, the other thing I want to point out too is the more that you put the good stuff in, the more it's easy to avoid the bad stuff, right? So the bad stuff actually becomes less desirable because we're replenishing our body with so much good stuff. So we feel so good because we're eating all this good stuff that bad stuff, it's like, you know what? I don't really think that chocolate chip cookie doesn't sound that good. I was even telling my mom because, when I eat fruit and stuff, like it really satisfies me and it just tastes so amazing. And I'm like, I would eat this over like a candy bar, like even if someone brought it and put it in my face, or let's just say, my favorite dessert, etc. But once you get to a certain point, it's really easy. And if you choose to have something that's not typically on your meal plan, you have it, you allow yourself to have it, you let it be okay because you are choosing to, have it, and then you just get back on track. It really is that simple. Hey, Nancy, thanks for tuning in, sister. Danielle says if it's in the house, it goes in the mouth. That's hilarious. I've never heard that before. Yeah, well, chances are it would. But like here at my mom's house, there's stuff here that I don't eat, and it's okay with me for it to be here. But if you are not there yet and you are choosing to really be hardcore and be committed, then I honestly do recommend that you clean everything out so that there is no room for, potentially a slip up for sure. Let's see what else. Oh yeah. So also I was talking about eating real whole food. Also make sure you drink more water. If you guys follow me, I talk about this a lot, but this is my BPA free jug. I know plastic isn't the best, but at least it's BPA free. I'm not going to walk around carrying a big glass jar. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going to be honest with that. But I do drink out of glass jars a lot when I'm here at my house. But as far as carrying something around and taking it to the gym or wherever it is I'm going, or taking it in my car, you can get this at Walmart for like less than $3. This is like 77 something ounces or something like that. I used to think it was a half-gallon jug, but it's actually a little more than half of the gallon jug. So either way, I drink like close to 2 of these a day. So pretty much a gallon of water. But get you one of these from Walmart, fill it up with your purified, filtered, clean water. Potentially trust that you're not using bottled water because unfortunately most of those bottled water companies, the containers that those waters are in do have BPA, the chemical BPA, which obviously is a chemical in plastic that leaches into the water, which is very toxic for our body, and it potentially disrupts our hormones and all kinds of things. It causes estrogen dominance. And I could go on for days, but get yourself something like this, like a water jug. Make yourself some infused water too, with like some berries, cucumbers, let's see what else, lemons, limes, mints, things like that. I do Young Living essential oils. I like to do lemon or peppermint. I'll put the like 1 or 2 drops in my jug or whatever I'm choosing to drink out of. That's really fun and easy where I don't have to like cut stuff up. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I can hook you up with my member number so that you can order yourself some oils. But basically just drink more water. Like that's the vehicle to remove toxins out of our body, number one, and we require being hydrated. So make sure that you get that in. And the reason I'm showing the water jug is because I think that's a really easy way to have your water and to be able to like see how much it is that you've already drank and how much you're required to drink like for the rest of that day to get all your water in. So that's pretty much it, guys. That was kind of like my 5 tips all kind of crammed into. I know some of them had more than like 1 tip, but I trust that information really supported you guys. And thank you so much for hanging in there through my coughing spell. And I also want to let you guys know that I launched my new website today. It's still www.mandyfonville.com, but I've been investing a lot of time and I still have a lot more stuff that I'm choosing to create for it. But I have my new website up. I have something on there too called a 3-day reset. And then of course I have my 21-day transformation challenge. And I'm choosing to start another big group. It's called Get Fit and Lean for 2017 21-Day Transformation Challenge, and it's starting on Monday, January 9th, so next Monday. So if you're interested in that, go check out my website, www.mandyfonville.com. It's called Get Fit and Lean for 2017. It's going to be my 21-Day Transformation Challenge, but I'm also going to include a self-empowerment series. So you hear all this stuff that I'm talking about right here, right now, and believe me, there's so much more to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to integrate a self-empowerment series that's going to go along with the 21 days that's going to really support you to get down down deep into that subconscious mind and transform whatever it is that you have going on, allowing you to figure out whatever it is that you have operating that's keeping you from being able to attain your goals. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back to the beginning of this video where I really emphasize that. But basically, it's going to be the 21-day transformation challenge along with the self-empowerment series that's really going to allow you to just get clear on whatever you have functioning that potentially is keeping you from being able to reach your goals so that you can finally reach your goals once and for all. Just like I just told you, gave up alcohol for almost one whole year, January 10th, and I created my perfect experience in Florida, found the perfect place for the perfect price, 3 blocks from the beach, exactly everything I was choosing to create. And guys, that was no coincidence, right? There is no coincidences to life. That is because I chose to create that. I put in the effort, the mind work, the visualization. I made the energetic shift and I made the decision to do it. I stuck with it and obviously it happened. So we get to make it fun and easy. And so feel my love and appreciation for all you guys. And just, I mean, I'm so happy whenever you guys are on the Facebook Live video because I love sharing all this information and knowledge. So if you have any questions or comments, now would be a good time to ask me. Also, you can always send me a private Facebook message. And if you're interested in the Get Fit and Lean for 2017 Transformation Challenge, just go to www.mandyfonville.com. I promise you it's going to be phenomenal because I'm also going to be doing it with you, but it's just the information that I have to share with you guys is going to be awesome. So it's not, if you guys don't know what the 21-day transformation challenge is, it's got a fitness component, a nutrition component, and a mindset component already also in the program, but I'm going to support you even further with a self-empowerment series, and we're going to be going through it together for the whole entire 21 days. So it's going to be fantastic. So yeah, just feel my love and appreciation for all you guys. Check out my new website. I'm so in love with it. It's so beautiful, my new logo and everything. So let me know what you think about that and share this video if you choose. Comment below if you're catching the replay. Let me know your thoughts and just feel my love and appreciation for you guys. All right. And I will chat with you soon. Mwah. Good night.